In this video, I'm going to show you the new features of version 2.2.8 in PolyNome. First of all, on the sound picker, we have some new metronome sounds. You'll find those if you search for met, and they are some standard classic click sounds. Next up, and this is the really cool stuff, we have some new context menus. So I'm going to go ahead and make metronome 1. I'm going to change the rhythm, and I'm going to program 4 beats of sixteenths and 4 beats of triplets. Now above the notes you can add accents. You can either tap and choose change accents, or you can tap above the notes and it will take you straight to the accents page. So I'm going to accent every other note, for example. And then underneath the notes you can tap and hold to add sounds. So let's play these all on the snare drum. Now when you already have accents and sounds entered, tapping on them and holding will bring up the context menu. So you can tap where it says accents to go to the accents page, but now you can also choose from these new options. Invert accents will switch accents for non-accents. If you displace left and right, that will move them left and right. And using the displace buttons, the menu comes up again, so you can continue to displace. And shuffle will just mix them up. Since in this case, we only have one accent and one non-accent, all that shuffle can do is switch them around. But if we add lots of rests and accents, then you can shuffle and it will give you a random accent pattern. Now you can do the same with the rhythm, so we can shuffle this rhythm and it will mix up the sixteenths and triplets. Sounds kind of crazy with the accents, so let's take those off. So now we have a mixed up pattern. You'll also find a context menu for the sounds. So we've got displace and shuffle options. Now these won't make much sense if all we have entered is the same sticking, but let me show you a way you can use this. So I'm going to clear metronome 1 and enter a hand pattern up here, an 8th note groove. So we'll change the sounds, we'll add hi-hats to line 1, and we'll add a snare on beat 2 and 4. So this is our hand pattern. And then in metronome 2, let's add a bar of 16th notes. And let's set the groove to be a clave. So 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. So this is what that kick pattern sounds like under the hands. So if you wanted to hear what this sounded like displaced 1/16th note later, you can tap and hold and displace. And the menu pops up automatically in case you wanted to displace, say, 2/16th notes. And then when you're done, you can just tap to the side. So this is a clave displaced by 1/8th note. So you can see how this could give you some new ideas for grooves to work on. And when you've worked on all the displacements of the clave, you might just want a random kick pattern to play with. So you can tap and hold and choose shuffle, and that will mix them up. So this is a really great way to come up with new grooves and fills to play with. And if you're working through something like David Garibaldi's book, where he actually displaces things through every position in a bar, this is a great way to just quickly hear how those will sound. So one thing to note, when you displace or shuffle on here, it affects both lines. So if I change the sounds here and mimic the kick with the snare, if I use displace here, both lines will be displaced together. If I use shuffle, they will be mixed up and they won't line up anymore. Within the change sounds page, you can tap a specific line and choose to shuffle that. without affecting the other line, and you can also displace a line without affecting the other line. And you can switch lines, and you can swap sounds and letters. So that's pretty much it for the new features in 2.2.8. But as you can imagine, there's a lot you can do with this, and it's really great for coming up with new grooves. If you enjoy these features and you continue to enjoy using PolyNome, I'd really appreciate it if you were able to leave a review or update a previous review, because each time a new version comes out with new features, the old reviews are reset and it looks like there are no reviews at all. So it really helps if you're able to do that. Thanks for using PolyNome, and I'll see you in another video.